How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good, you?
Yeah, not too shabby, thank you.
Is that the thing that a certain person was just on about?
Is that the veil you were wearing in the airport?
Yeah.
Lovely. Mr. Cartledge has asked us to tell you that if you were wondering why people were looking at you, it might have been the wedding veil.
Ah. That might have been it. I don't know. I was can't talk the snorkel thing.
It's the first time we've interviewed somebody wearing a snorkel.
And nunchucks, probably.
Is he trying to get the acting job with Aquaman?
What about a sword?
Very nice. And the nunchucks.
Exactly.
I tell you, if they ever look for a new Aquaman, we got it right there.
Yeah.
Aquaman. How the elbows doing first and foremost? Because they went to work this weekend. Wow.
They're a little bit swollen.
Did anybody manage to get a tally on how many times you hit them in that second and third round?
And I haven't heard anything yet. Like no stats really. So they hurt.
Let's talk about this fight because obviously you're coming off the first loss of your professional career against Marston.
Yeah.
In hindsight, nobody wants a loss, but in hindsight, was that perhaps a good thing? Did it?
Yeah. Like restored focus and stuff, and I had to fight smart in this fight. I couldn't go out and just sort of have a stupid fight and be exciting. I just sort of went out and got a win, which is a bit more mature.
This is how you get looked at. Where's yours?
Got an apple.
Excellent. That spectacular view, mate. Okay. And so obviously we've interrupted Arnold Allen as he's getting ready to prepare his lunch. We were talking about Perello. And what did you know about this kid going into the fight? Because
I've seen a couple of his fights, and I see he's aggressive. He really rushes forward, likes to use his striking. But yeah, we just sort of thought we just play to our strengths, and no need to sort of risk it on the feet. Yeah, so.
The first round was a lot more competitive than the second and third, I think, in terms of the fight. Was it just a matter of, feeling the guy out, checking out, taking away some of his strength? What was the game plan in the first?
Yeah, well, going into the fight, it was sort of like the game plan was to have a more professional, more mature performance and, not rush everything. So, yeah, I was definitely trying to feel the fight out and see what he had to offer, rather than just sort of rush in and do something stupid,
And what were you told in between the first and the second? Because it didn't look like you had to switch much up. You just got more aggressive and dominant.
Yeah. I can't even remember what Sean was saying.
Probably like he's fucking done or something, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Basically, I think it was exactly that.
Did you feel as though you had to fight probably a lot safer in this fight after the Marston fight?
I don't feel I had to fight that way, but I just wanted to get a win. I didn't want to. I had come back and I weren't too bothered how exciting the fight was. I just wanted to win.
You say not exciting, but you gave the fans arguably 2 10-8 rounds in the second and third, and although perhaps not standing in the pocket, your dominance on from top positions and inside his guard was something other than else. Was that part of the training camp working on? Because you didn't even look to escape the half guard very often. You just beat on him.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy there. In half guard, for the strikes for MMA, I can land a lot of punches, elbows from there. I think, if I pass the side controls, I don't feel I've got as good control there, where I can just sort of sit on the leg and strike. Obviously, if it's straight jiu-jitsu, you want to pass all the time, but with the punches and elbows, I think it makes a huge difference. Yeah.
You say again that it wasn't the most exciting of your fights. I disagree. Again, as a fan watching it, no, it's fun to watch because you see technique and dominance on display. Other than the win, What are the biggest positives you're taking from your performance?
I just, I was happy I went out there and got another 15 minutes. I would have liked the finish, but it's always good to have experience in there with like a tough guy like Perello. So I mean, it's good to have that 3 rounds in the pocket, in the bank. So
Was his chin a little bit more firm than perhaps some of the other guys you faced? Was he just hella tough?
He was a tough man. I thought he was finished a few times, and I didn't want to risk trying to finish him because I knew if I didn't finish him, I knew he'd still be there to sort of come back and fight back. So I sort of try to be patient and wait for it. But he's tough. He's a tough dude.
And how soon can we expect you to stay? You've got to be sort of in contendership now for that bantamweight, the featherweight title. You got to be kicking around.
Yeah. Stuff. I guess hopefully a couple more wins and then maybe start thinking about that again. But
do you think the loss to Marcin set you back that far?
No, not really. Like, I don't think it did too much, but it's still a loss. So yeah.
Marcin's recently signed to Cage Warriors. Is a rematch something that you think you're gonna have to have in order to get that title contender?
Yeah, possibly. Like maybe in the future. Like it was an exciting fight last time, so I don't see why they wouldn't make it happen again. Maybe, but yeah.
And when would you like to step in? Obviously, you want your elbows to deflate a little bit, but how soon can we feasibly expect to see you in a Cage Warriors fight?
I'm not too sure, really. Like, not too long. I think I've had 3 fights this year, or 2 fights. Yeah, 3 fights this year. Yeah. And I usually like to have 4. So I mean, if I get 4 or 5, yeah, it'd be nice to have 5 fights done this year.
Are you signed to a 5-fight deal with Cage? Would that mean that they'd have to look at extending your contract?
Yeah. I think that's up now. I think I've had 6 with Cage Warriors now. So yeah.
Can we expect perhaps you to sign another exclusive deal with Cage Warriors, or are you going to wait to see what's presented?
Yeah, I'd love to fight with Cage Warriors again. Like the show is brilliant. I don't think domestically or around Europe there is a show sort of the same quality. So,
can I ask you? You're probably not going to answer this anyway, but have the UFC ever come looking or even knocking on your door yet?
No, they haven't. I wish.
I'd imagine it's only going to take some time though if you keep fighting on Cage Warriors and getting those wins. Yeah. Is the UFC something that you feel as though you're ready for now?
Yeah, well, I don't think the level of the UFC is too different from Cage Warriors. I don't think it is any better. Like obviously, you get the top guys in the UFC, then yeah, but then you get the mid-table guys, and it's the same. No, they're the same level. There's no different. There's people in Cage Warriors that are better than fighters in the UFC now. So there's a lot of guys in Cage Warriors who I think like he'd match it up. This guy would beat that guy like from Cage Warriors a lot of the time.
Obviously, on the fight card as well, you had your teammate Jack Mason was fighting. Can you tell us what happened in the first, and yeah. Is he all right?
Yeah, I think he's going to be okay. Like, I think he snapped his hamstring or tore his hamstring, and it's pretty bad. We had to sort of wheel him through the airport and get him home, but I haven't spoken to him yet, so hopefully we're recovering soon, quick.
And again, we think about the title picture at 145. Right now Cage Warriors doesn't have a featherweight champion. You've said perhaps you need a couple more fights. Who in that Cage Warriors roster do you think you will have to be challenging for the title? Who do you think the next champion is, if not yourself?
I don't think I'll be the next champion, but I think there's a few guys. Like Svensson's definitely a guy who's up there. Alex Enlund maybe. There's some. Yeah, those guys got to be like colliding to a title shot. Surely, I think there's something like that.
Do you feel ready enough that if it was, say, if Graham and Ian come up to you and said, right, we want Alex Enlund versus Arnold Allen for the title, is that something you take?
Yeah, like whatever I'm offered. Yeah, if I'm offered the title, like I'm here to be like the best. I don't want to fight to be a mid-table guy. I don't want to be here to make the numbers up. I want to I want the belt. I want to be champion. Like, and if I can skip what I think, if I can skip the queue, then yeah, that'd be awesome.
Clayton was too embarrassed to ask, so I'm going to ask, how's the testicle doing after that blow shot? Because
He's only got one left.
that looked like it. That looked like it connected pretty good.
That sucked. I think it's doing it right now. Doing it right now, but.
Mind you, with the look of your profile pic, it looked like your dog was ready to chew them off.
Oh man!
We're not expecting a revised profile pic anytime soon. You're not doing the full frontal anytime soon, are you? Maybe with the Cage Warriors title around your waist.
That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah.
Look, you said you'd like to stay busy. I'm not going to ask you to call anybody out because I know you'll fight anybody. But
yeah.
Realistically. Give me 3 opponents you'd like next, because that way you're not calling someone out. You're just saying this is the kind of level I want to fight next.
I really don't know. Aldo, Aldo.
So yeah, you're calling out Jose Aldo.
Yeah.
Well, we've got that exclusive. That's going everywhere, mate.
Cage
Warriors featherweight contender calls out UFC champ. He ain't nothing. Look, we always appreciate you giving us some time. We always end the interviews asking if there's anybody you'd like to say thank you to, or any sponsors you'd like to thank for the preparation for your last fight, and of course for anything you have upcoming.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank everyone who's helped me, friends and family and stuff. All my sponsors. There's far too many to say one by one, so I just say that. Maybe these are on a shirt.
Yeah. I'm surprised people just don't make a shirt with all of their sponsors on, so we can go. Yeah. There you go. That's it.
Yeah, but I haven't got one that looks funny.
Oh, yes. Well,
we go ninja attire.
Because the goggles didn't.
Yeah. It is the first time I've ever interviewed a sword-wielding, snorkel-wearing, nunchuck-flinging madman before. So, we appreciate that.
Thank you, guys. It's cool.
Arnold, always a pleasure. We always look forward to seeing you fight, and hopefully, November, December, we'll get a chance to see you in the cage again.
Yeah, that sounds about good to me. Maybe December.
But not New Year's. Do you want to have? If the Dublin card came up, you must be tempted by it.
I guess you like your Christmas meals too much, yeah?
Yeah, really wants to fight on New Year's. Come on.
Excellent. Well, I guess we can get that message to Ian Dean as well. He wants Jose Aldo, but not New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
We'll sort it for you.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Thanks again for your time. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.